Back with Carolyn and scrapbooking with a twist, and I hope you're having a good day today. I am going to scrapbook these two little pictures of my little grandson, and I've got to cover his sweet little face in this one before I forget. We don't show them on YouTube in this part of the grandkids. So anyway, he just turned 5, but this is when he was just not quite 1 in this picture, and he was climbing before he was walking. And so I have kind of documented that he still is absolutely a monkey. So we are going to scrap these pictures today. I have a little thing here that I cut out of something. It wasn't even in scrapbooking stuff, that I cut it out, and it just said little monkey, and I thought, oh, that fits him perfectly. So I cut that out, and we're going to use that today for the title. And then I wanted to use this monkey paper that I've had forever. It's I think Creative Dimensions or something like that from Scrapbooking Made Simple. And I wanted to use this monkey paper. I've had it forever, and when I saw those pictures, I thought that's perfect for his little monkey picture. And so I don't need this piece of craft under here anymore. So I wanted to use that, and I just cut out around some of them so it wouldn't cut them off. Sometimes I don't like that look of it being cut off. And so then I cut another sheet just kind of crudely to go along with it, just to make a border between these two. And then I will do something with them. I'm thinking something right over here, maybe. Something like that, to just put those two little pictures. I don't know if I want them side by side or not. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then we're going to have the little monkey, and I think I'm going to back this little banner with that yellow. And then I had already fussy cut a couple of little things from this paper, some bananas and a monkey that I thought we might use. I have this cute little thing that was, I think that was a Jolie Paper Studio, I don't know. I've got a one of a kind, which is definitely one of a kind. I've got a little label that I thought I might use for journaling. I may try to fish this through there. Let's fish that through there just so it has a, I don't like tags without a string. And then I had a thought when I was thinking about this page, and we'll see how that thought goes. I just took a piece of scrap paper and cut this limb, just started cutting and cut this limb that I thought I might run back here. Oops, I'm knocking everything on my desk over. Run back here behind everything. I might need to scoot it up a little, and then put the pictures in there on that limb, and then put the little monkeys and the bird up there somewhere. So I just cut that out of a piece of scrap paper, and then I traced it on this so that I could cut it out and put it on there if I thought I liked it. And I kind of think I do. So I think without any further ado, I'm going to actually cut this out. And I just started cutting, and just I didn't draw it or anything. I just started cutting. So that's what I'm going to do with this, is just start cutting it out. I did trace this on here. It doesn't have to be exact. I just wanted it to look like a limb. While I'm doing this, we'll put the twist in early today. This is Scrapbooking with a Twist, and so each time we scrapbook together, we do some kind of devotional or thought. And today, I don't know where you live, but we live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we are having riots, and I should call them riots because they're really not riots. We're having protests. And for the most part, they have been peaceful. They, a couple of nights, they got a little bit violent. They threw some bricks at the police cars and did some things. The policemen set off tear gas and some flashbangs or whatever they call those things. And, you know, it did get kind of out of hand a couple of nights, but for the most part, it has been peaceful. But people from outside of the protests that are not even a part of the protest group have been doing some looting and stealing and breaking store windows and breaking in and getting things out of the stores. And that's just horrible. I mean, and the bad thing is it gives the protests a bad name, which, I mean, we live in a country where we're free to protest, but we're not free to rob and loot and vandalize people's property. And so it, you know, it has, that part of it has not been good. And I think they pretty well have it under control. I mean, you never know till the next evening rolls around when it seems to happen. But anyway, I hate it for the peaceful protesters because many of them are doing what they're supposed to do as far as, you know, their protests and everything are concerned. But, and then, you know, in the guise of the protests or while the police are, you know, busy monitoring the protests, then these other people are doing that. And I hate that. And so our twist today is Matthew chapter 5, verse 9. And it says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." And you know, sometimes things are bad. I mean, the death of George Floyd was horrible. It was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. It was, I can't even imagine what could have been going through that police officer's head and heart to do that. Or the other police officers who stood by and allowed it to happen. I just cannot even fathom why you would do that. But it happened. And it's time for us to wake up to that. And, you know, Black lives matter, white lives matter, yellow, blue, green, I don't care, brown, what color you are, your life matters. We're all God's creation. And He created us, He loves us, and there's no one better than anyone else because of their color or their race or creed or anything. And to have that kind of, if it was out of hate or what, I don't know. That's just hard for me to understand. And so I thought of this verse and I thought, you know, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. We are called to be peacemakers. You know, yes, we can protest. Yes, we certainly want our voice heard when we think something is wrong. And this is one of those times when it's time for voices to definitely be heard. But for the looters and the robbers to take advantage of this man's death and advantage of people that are trying to make their voice heard peacefully and properly, then that is certainly not the way God would have us to do things. So just as you listen to the news and you pray and you meditate and you think about these things, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So hopefully that our prayers will be answered and we will have peace and we'll have change. I mean, the whole point of this is to have change so that nothing like this should ever happen again. I'm almost finished cutting this out. And it's just kind of crude, but I think it'll be kind of cute across there to kind of go with this little layout. Oh, I guess I should finish right there. when you don't have anything that you really want to use, just try to think of something that you can create. I'm always just cutting things out and just saying, oh, I think I can do that. And sure enough, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work so well. I'll admit brown is not my favorite color, especially these kind of, I don't know what I call creamy brown or something. It's just not really my favorite color, but it's what I needed to go with this layout, to go with those little monkeys. So I need to find a chalk that not a chalk, but we need to add some bark to this. You know what I think I'm going to do that? I think I'll just crumple it and give it some texture. And then we'll ink it and it will show up. And then we'll straighten it back out and use it. I may have ruined it. You never know. Nothing like just making a mess on camera. But I've done this type of thing before to make trees, and I like the way it turned out then. This is kind of a little bit heavier cardstock, so it doesn't crumple quite as well as some things would, but we will just see. Let's see what we got. Let's give it a little bit of a inking here. I did the Great Wall of China kind of the same way with some, I had drawn pictures of big old blocks and things, and I think I did some crumpling on it to get it to look dimensional and aged. Kind of getting harder out here on this little narrower limb, but I think we'll make it. I may have ink all over me. That's all right. Certainly won't be the first time. I don't know if this is going to look like bark or not, but we will see in just a minute. Let's see what it looks like. Let's get it straightened out. Don't want to straighten it out on my paper in case I get ink on it. All right, let's see what we got when we lay that out here. See if I can wipe my hands off just a little before I get ink all over everything. Okay. All right, I think that may work. I think it may work. I may want to raise it up just a little or I may want to bring it down so that it fits under this. Let's see. See how my pictures work up there. So I don't want to cover it all up with pictures. Okay. Okay, let's get that down. Let's get these things out of the way. Let's get that down first. And then we'll move on to these other things. All right, I think I will just use tape runner for this. sticking to everything. This is a brand new tape runner, and it is good and sticky. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's get this down, across there, down there, and then smash that out across. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Okay. I need just a little more ink right up in there. Just to give it a little texture. I didn't get much on those little top limbs. Okay. All right. I think that will work just fine. Get these closed up. All right, now then, let's look at this bottom part and see how we want to do that. I did just kind of crude, so it wouldn't be, I didn't want it real exact. Let's go ahead and ink this brown with the black. I like to have a little bit of designation in between things, so let's ink that a little bit. Doesn't need any big amount. So how have you been doing? Everybody doing it? I hope you're not having the violent protests wherever you live. Like I said, ours have been pretty good, except for just a couple of situations in both Dallas and Fort Worth, but for the most part, they've been pretty good. My sister lives in Houston, and of course, they've had some huge ones down there. I think one of them was like 60,000 people. But anyway, I don't think they've had too much trouble there either. And of course, Houston is his hometown, so. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, now I think we need to ink this maybe in the brown. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that in the brown. I apologize for my hands. Just look at this mess. I have not had my nails done, and I always keep my nails done. I haven't had my nails done since February, since all of this started. And so they're I just cut them all off and filed them down and said, you know, forget it. I'm just not going to worry about them. My toenails actually bother me worse than my fingernails. I wear sandals and everything, and then I just look at it. Oh, it just looks awful. And we've been working in the garden and flower beds and cleaning the barn, and we live in the country, and so we've got animals and all kinds of stuff. And so my hands have a tendency to be pretty mistreated anyway. But they really have been recently with staying at home and doing projects and all that kind of stuff. They've really been mistreated. My son and daughter-in-law are gone for 2 weeks, so I'm taking care of all of their animals and watering, and we have a big garden over there, so I've been working in the garden while they're gone, and so it's been quite a ordeal. My son will be home for 1 day this weekend, and then he goes back. They're helping her dad, who's had some surgery. So okay, finally got that done. But yeah, I like that look. Okay, so let's get these down. the stickiest tape runner I've ever had. Okay, like I said, I don't necessarily want this all even. Just kind of want it. There we go. Yes, I like it coming up over the trunk of that tree. So that's the way I think I want it. Going to stick that down here, but I'm thinking I may want to tuck some pictures under it, so I'm not going to glue it too much up around that top part. Get it squared up here. Okay. All right, that's got our kind of background done. I think that's going to work pretty cute. Okay, now we've got to decide what to do with these pictures. And then we will decide what to do with our embellishments. I really like to back my pictures. I'm not I'm not much about just leaving pictures unbacked. See which way they need to go. And maybe like so. It doesn't want to pick up. I'm telling you, he was not even walking, and here he was on the top of these ladders. And that's really, I wish I had gotten the good picture. We were working on their house. We were remodeling this house. You can see those cabinets are not even painted or anything. They had just moved into this house, and we were remodeling this house, and we were doing some painting outside, and the guys, they have dormers, and the guys were working up on the roof with the dormers and different things. And I turn around, and he is at the top of the ladder climbing over onto the roof, and he's this age. I'm like, guys, get Nate. We call him Naterbug. But he was fearless and could climb anything. I mean anything. Let's see if we want to back these pictures maybe in the green. There's green down there in that paper. The background of that little monkey paper is green. So I might just give them a tiny, tiny little thin backing in the green. I think that's what I'll do. And I don't know if I want them separately or together. I'm almost thinking just put them together, but leave a tiny little border between them. They're the same size. Let's do that. I don't want much of a border, but just a tiny little bit. There we go. Okay. Now cutter and get those cut out. Tiny, tiny border. My son and daughter-in-law, they have like 50 acres. And so they have cattle, and they breed many Aussies. And we have this big garden over there this year. And so I have been going over there every day to feed, water, take care. And we have chickens over there. We have all kinds. Like I said, we live the country life. And so it's been hot, and going over there has kind of been something else, but get it done. And yesterday evening I worked in the garden for so long, and it was so hot, but got it done. Got some weeding done, and we're just picking vegetables every day that are amazing. Zucchini and yellow squash, and cucumbers, and we're going to have tomatoes real soon. We're going to have some eggplant real soon. We've got a few strawberries. My little grandson wanted to plant strawberries, so he planted a few strawberries. They're actually making a few. And what else do we? Oh, we've got corn that's starting to make ears, and peas and beans, and so it's just fun to go out there and see the garden and just work in it. Even though it's hot, it's still fun to work in it. But yeah, lots of fun. Okay, so we've got the pictures on there. Let's see what we need to do. Let's get the title on there, and then we'll go from there. Little monkey, how appropriate. How appropriate. Little monkey. I think something like that. And then I'm going to put the yellow, I believe, behind it. So let's get this on there. See if I can do it with this and not make too big a mess. Maybe. Okay. There we go. This, I think, is going to have some glue. I don't think I can get skinny enough to put that on there with tape. I don't think so. I'm going to brush. I don't have my computer, so I can't see. I don't have the screen mirroring, so I can't see what you're seeing. I just started the recording, and so I don't know what you're seeing. Hopefully I've got it in the camera. Okay, this is what I was thinking, that I would put this on here and give it a little border like that. Just kind of give it a little bit of pop against that background paper. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Try that. There we go. Let's see if we can trim this little banner up. Give it a border. Yes, that will work. I don't really have a lot of embellishments to go with this, but I don't really think it's going to need a lot with the monkey paper and the tree limb that we made. I think it's going to be okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think we bring it down so these monkeys are, you can see them all. And then play with what we're going to do with our embellishments. I think this little monkey needs to be hanging from the limbs. Maybe the little bird could be perched up there. And then I have my tag that I want to journal on. I'm going to put in somewhere down here. Kind of do a cluster up here, a cluster here, and then to me the limb is, it's kind of a thing of its own. And he is definitely one of a kind. You talk about a toot. He is a toot, but he can be so sweet and so loving, and then the next minute he can just be a toot. But I guess that's pretty typical of little boys. I don't need much room to journal there. I had a little thing of bananas somewhere in all of this. I thought that I had fussy cut already. Don't see them. Wonder if they might have gotten into the floor somewhere. I really wanted those. Let's see if they're under here somewhere. No. And they're not on it because they're going to blend right in. They're not with these little guys. Where did my bananas go? Yes, we have no bananas today. That's the way it goes sometimes. I'll find them. When I do, I'll stick them on there somewhere. Oops, here they are right there. There they are. Okay, so I definitely want those down below these monkeys so that we can see a full, you know, array of these monkeys. That's why I cut it that way, because I didn't want them cut off. I'm thinking we can do one of a kind, maybe cover that little monkey, and get our tag in here somewhere. Maybe overlap all of that, or like that. Give me my little monkey here. I'll put him up on some dimensionals. I really wanted him more on the tag. What if we run this tag out this way? Because I wanted him on that white background of the tag, and then do the one of a kind. I don't, like I said, I don't need much room to maybe stick those little bananas down there with the little of course this is not really a banana tree. Looks more like one of my oak trees, but these monkeys are swinging from it anyway. I don't know about those bananas. We'll see. But I think with the tag coming this way, that I can, maybe I don't need the one of a kind. Maybe we just do the tag. This is the same monkey. I can pop him up and he's going to look dimensional. I like that. And maybe the bananas up here, and then journal on the little tag, and that's it. Yeah. I'm thinking this one of a kind just doesn't go anywhere on this layout. Okay, let's see if we can make that work. I got tape on my thing. All right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, all right, let's start with this. So it's got to be kind of strategic. Okay, I think that's somewhat straight. I have trouble with straight sometimes. I think our little monkey and our bananas and maybe even our tag need a little bit of inking. I hope I'm on camera. Like I said, I don't have my computer to look at today to see if I'm where I need to be. So hopefully I am. Let's give them just a little bit of color around the edges. And maybe the same with parts, at least, of our little monkey. I can't get around his edges very good, but I think he's going to look cute popped up on this other one. If I can find my, I wasn't planning on that, so I don't have my dimensionals anywhere. Let's see what I got over here. Sure, I got dimensionals. Okay, so let's get our tag here, and we can get our bananas up there on our tag, and then our little monkey we are going to put right on top of that other little monkey that's just like him. That's really simple, but I think I like it. And then I will journal on that. So let's get our tag on there. If I can remember the date, I had it written on that tag. This is back March of 2016 when he was just not quite 1. So he really wasn't walking yet. See, I need that to overlap this monkey like that. Okay. Now some dimensionals. That's going to have a couple, just going to have to be it, because there's really not anywhere bigger. I don't want to cut. And once you get it in the scrapbook protector page, it's not going anywhere. So I think he will be just fine. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cute. I like that. We can put the bananas on a dimensional also. Give them a little bit of a raise. Put them right up here. I've got plenty of room for my journaling. And we're going to put our little bird up here on the branch. I think right up here. And our monkey is going to go right here. We'll just blend his little branch in with ours. And the little leaf. Do we want that leaf over here? Do we want it somewhere up here? I think somewhere up there. Okay. So there we've got it. Scrapbooking with a twist. My little grandson who was climbing before he was walking, and I'll get that journaling done there. And there we've got it. I think that, oh, I could glue this down now. Since we aren't going to tuck anything else under there. That was pretty simple, but I think it turned out pretty cute. One for the books. So thank you for joining me in Scrapbooking with a Twist today. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you later.